Hi, guys, and very welcome back to the Fantasy Chancer, the fantasy football show we bring you here on the Upper Tier podcast on YouTube. Missed around last time, Christmas time, loads of shenanigans going on. Just want to wish all the viewers of this channel a happy new year as we go into our New Year's fixtures. But before we do that, I'm going to take a look at last week. Well, last game week round, which is only a few days ago, but last week, I guess. So I had a pretty poor week last week, and I think it's probably the worst week I've had this season. So we're going to go into it. Took the gamble on the Newcastle defenders, Dubravka and Byrne. Big fat zero. William Saliba popping up with 1 point. And Arsenal's disappointing loss to West Ham last night. Braithwaite, 0 points as well. In the middle of the park, I was only just saved by Son, who got 5 points for an assist in Spurs' 4-2 loss to Brighton. Douglas Luiz, Saka, Salah all drew blanks. And up front, Dominic Solanke was the only one out of the three. Ollie Watkins just getting the bare minimum 2 points, unfortunately didn't contribute. So we look on the bench here, and there was absolutely zero. Palmer was suspended. Lascelles is injured. Romero is a long-term injury. So where does that leave me in the table? Well, we're going to have a look now. So still first, I believe, in the upper tier. Yeah, 1159. So there's a gap there of about 42 points at the moment behind Graham Ward is just behind me. And you can see it's starting to tighten up there now. So the problem I'm having at the moment is the Erling Haaland injury has really impacted my team because of obviously his price is phenomenal, and I just wanted to keep him in rather than playing some chips to get him out. So what I've done is I've kept him in again this week. He's not actually in my starting 11 because it's on good authority that he's not going to be back till the middle of January. So I have to make a decision. Do I keep him till then? I think I probably will. If I feel I'm losing too much points, I'll put him back and I'll take him out, and then get him back and play my wild card because I still have all my chips. So in goal, I've went for Bernd Leno against his former team, Arsenal. Arsenal coming off the back of a very bad loss to West Ham. The same West Ham that lost 5-0 to Fulham. And now Arsenal play away to Fulham this weekend, but we know it doesn't always swing that way. So we got to wait and see how it goes. But I went with Bernd Leno and goals. In defence, I've went for Kanate. I don't know if he's going to play for Liverpool, just with the situations there and the injuries, but I have him in for now, alongside Braithwaite and Saliba. You would fancy Everton to keep a clean sheet against Wolves. Wolves are pretty toothless at times going forward, so that's going to be an interesting game. So in the midfield then, it's pretty stacked this week. So I've got Saka, Salah, Douglas Luiz, Son and Palmer. And if you look at their fixtures, they're all capable of getting goals this weekend in their respective games. So I'm pretty confident with that midfield. And then up front, I went for Ollie Watkins as captain this week. Villa need to bounce back after 2 bad results. So I think they will. I cannot see Burnley going to Villa Park and getting a result. So that is my captain choice, with Mo Salah as the vice captain. Newcastle at home. Newcastle also in dire straits at the moment with injuries. So I'm pretty happy with that. It was a tough decision between Salah and Watkins, really. I've just went for Ollie Watkins this time. And Dominic Solanke, of course, just walking in at the moment because he's probably the most informed striker in the league. So if we look at the bench, then we have Martin Dubravka not doing well in goals for Newcastle. Newcastle not doing well in general. We've got Erling Haaland in there. I've subbed in Bayer for Lascelles. So he's a Burnley player. I don't see them keeping a clean sheet. He is a cheap option. That's why I have him there. And Dan Burn, I don't fancy Newcastle to keep a clean sheet. You can see there that at the bottom, bench boost, triple captain, and free hit, as well as wildcard, are all still there to play. So, guys, that's basically what I'm going to go for this week. And all I have to say is Happy New Year. Enjoy your beers. I know I'm going to be working and then DJing, so I'm going to be pretty busy. Just wrapped up the last episode of my podcast for the year. If you wanted to check that out, GP Productions Podcast. That's pretty much it, guys. So, thank everyone. Thank Niall and Darren for the platform. And we'll see you all next year.